The H1B Guy here, and today the H1B Guy unveils a solution for solving the employment-based green card backlog. A lot of you have asked me to address what my opinion is and how I would solve the green card backlog. A lot of it's based around the debate of S386 and my take on that. So just really appreciate all of you reaching out across all my channels, YouTube, Twitter, to ask me what my opinion is on that. So we're going to get to that. But before we do, if you haven't already, I want to ask you to please subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube. It really just helps me and this channel to produce more content like this for you. So let's get started. The per-country quota for employment-based preferences was established with the Immigration Act of 1990, and we previously covered this here on the H1B Guy channel with the history of the H1B visa Part 1. This was the creation of the job-based immigration system we still see today. Each year, it's estimated that the U.S. issues 1.1 million green cards. But the kicker on that is that 140,000 of the green cards issued annually are employment-based. And that includes a 7% per country cap based on country of origin. Technically, it's the country of which you were born, right? There is a current allotment of 40,040 green cards issued annually for each of the employment-based categories of EB1, EB2, and EB3. And for categories EB4 and EB5, the annual allotment is 9,940. It's also estimated that there are currently somewhere between 800,000 to 1 million individuals currently in the U.S. in the employment-based green card backlog. And those numbers are expected to continue to increase over the next 10 years. If you were born in China and your perm labor was certified under the EB2 category, your current estimated wait is 18 years. And if you were born in India with a perm labor certified in the EB2 category, your current estimated wait is 195 years. Wow, I mean, that just doesn't even sound real when you talk about those numbers. Almost 20 years for China mainland and almost 200 years for Indian nationals. Another very interesting data point is that 91% of individuals in the EB2 backlog are from India, and the other 9%, China mainland. Per USCIS, they use the term oversubscribed chargeability, and it includes a list of countries, as we've already mentioned, mainland China, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, the previously mentioned India, Mexico, Philippines, and Vietnam. 7% of the per-country quota equates to 9,800 green cards issued and available per country annually. So, back to the title. A solution. The H1B Guy hopefully has the answer that you're looking for. The proposed resolution to the employment-based green card backlog is what we're going to call the 244 Act, or TFFA. Now, I'm not the best numbers guy statistician out there, so I'm sure one of you out there watching who is much smarter than myself can run the numbers for accuracy based on the data that's out there. But here's the concept. For years 2021 and 2022, the first 2 years will allow for the transition to completely eliminate the per-country quota for employment-based preferences. The number of employment-based green cards will increase to 325,000 per year for a total of 650,000 in the 2-year period. But the annual green card allotment would not increase. The breakdown for each of these categories for this 2-year period would be as follows. EB1, 80,000. EB2, 150,000. EB3, 80,000. EB4, 8,000. And EB5, 7,000. Now keep in mind this is for the first 2 years, years 2021 and years 2022. So for years 2023 through years 2026, the next 4 years, the number of employment-based green cards available would decrease to 275,000. Again, it would decrease to 275,000 per year. The breakdown for each category for the 4-year period would be as follows. EB1, 65,000. EB2, 130,000. EB3, 65,000. EB4, 8,000. EB5, 7,000. And then that takes us into years 2027 through years 2030. So for these next 4 years, the number of employment-based green cards available per year would decrease again, and this time it would be 250,000 for the annual allotment. Okay, again, decrease to 250,000 for years 2027 through years 2030. The breakdown for each category for the 4-year period would be as follows. EB1, 60,000. EB2, 115,000. EB3, 60,000. EB4, 8,000. And EB5, 7,000. The total number of employment-based green cards would remain at 250,000 per year, and this would be based on a first-come, first-served under a similar points-based system that would allow for a clearer path to permanent residency based on macroeconomic conditions. The total number of green cards, however, would not change from the current 1.1 million that is estimated to be issued annually. The employment-based numbers would again remain at 250,000 per year going forward from the years 2031, but it would also move to a percentage basis out of the 250,000 allotment. And that percentage basis would be as follows. EB1, 30%. EB2, 35%. EB3, 25%. EB4, 3%. And EB5, 2%. So, what do you guys think about this solution? Is my math maybe a little too fuzzy? If it is, let me know. Drop me a comment below. I will say that we've talked a lot on this channel about S386. As you can tell based on my message, I definitely am in favor. I'm in favor of reform. But when I really look at the data and look at the research around S386, there are some concerns. It definitely helps with the current problem, but it doesn't resolve it completely. It will simply reduce the backlog, but it doesn't eliminate it. I think it should be noted too, however, that S386 does increase wait times for China mainland and for rest of the world. This is really a cause and effect in what happens when we decrease times for those from India. It's very clear there is not a perfect solution, but it's evident that the system needs reform, specifically because this was built on a law that was signed in November of 1990. It needs to be reformed. The iPhone generation and the technology boom that accompanied it have completely changed the direction of employment-based sponsorship and the path to permanent residency. The immigration and the migration numbers show that. The employment-based backlog shows that. Action is required before the problem that we have in front of us becomes much larger. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you have a better solution? I'd love to hear it if you do. As always, I just want to thank you so much if you've made it this far for watching my video and my content here on the H1B Guy channel. I just really appreciate the support. For the full post, check out the H1BGuy.com. And I also wanted to mention a reminder, and as I said on yesterday, I'm really excited about what we have planned on Wednesday. Another episode of the H1B Guy Live, but this time a Q&A with a very special guest. You do not want to miss this. As always, my request for you at the end of the video to please like this video, please subscribe to the H1B Guy channel, and click the bell for notifications. The H1B Guy, your global source for all things H1B.